Well, Jen Shah has been arrested.
Oh,
Arrested.
we're starting with this. Okay.
What else is there to start with? This is the juicy scoop. This is like we all like okay, I want to know your thoughts because have you ever read the book Murder on the Orient Express?
I have not.
Okay, well, damn.
I mean, I've heard of it. I mean, I've heard it's like a mystery, isn't it?
It is a mystery. It's by Agatha Christie. It's like I hate to spoil it for people who haven't read it. Everybody who hasn't read it, read it. Read it. It's a good book. It's you need to know the cultural touchstone. Basically, everybody on the train killed that person. Everybody was like, huh, huh, huh. I feel like that was kind of what was going on with Jen Shah. Like all of them knew. All of them knew. Whitney knew. No, Heather didn't know because Heather can't hold water. Like there are many secrets I will tell many people too. Heather can't hold a secret to save her damn life. Like when she was like, should we call her? I was like, you know what? You're a real one. You're a real one. Like that is a friend that you want. You want a friend that's like, I'm going to, honey, the FBI is looking for you. That is a friend that you want. Would you call me and tell me if the FBI was looking for me?
I actually used you as an example in my review I just posted. I was like, I don't understand how someone like Meredith is just so blasé. Like I said,
Meredith knew. Meredith was the one that turned her in. That's why she was in the bath giving you all the leg up.
Allegedly.
Now Meredith knew.
Allegedly.
Meredith, I feel like Whitney knew, Meredith knew, Mary knew. Heather didn't know because you ain't gonna tell no secrets to Heather. Like, I love you, Heather. You know, you are my favorite linebacker. But I ain't gonna tell you nothing I don't want nobody to know because you can't keep a secret. But all them other women, they knew. They knew. That's how I feel. They knew. It was giving me Murder on the Orient Express tea where all of them knew and all of them were like, "Rrr."
Well, I enjoyed the episode a lot. Andy did lie though, saying it was like one of the best Housewife episodes of all time. I would say top 10, not top 5. But
why are we listening to Andy Cohen? Nobody even watches his show anymore. Like once you got off the Botox and went ugly during the pandemic, we were like, no.
But yeah, I said that. Well, if Alex got in trouble for murder, murdering like a lover, I'd be like, well, not surprised. But if Alex gets, dragged by the foot,
here's the thing. But the thing is, I would never get caught for that.
Okay.
You would come over and you'd be like, I'm so sorry your husband died and I just have some banana bread. And I know. It's terrible.
The way Meredith was just celebratory the whole episode.
I mean, the dress that she had on. The dress that she had on. That's the dress you wear when you're like, I'm sending that heifer to jail. And I'll tell you, if the police ever came looking for you, I don't know them. I don't know them. But you've been filming together for 4 years. I don't know who you're talking about. I am the friend that's like, no, I'm going to help you get away with this. Like, I'm not going to ask any questions. You can explain the whole situation to me at a different time. But I'm like, yeah, no, we have to get Chris out of the country right now.
Yeah, it was just funny. The revelation at the end, like Whitney said that, they pulled her over on the side of the road and arrested her. Like, she didn't turn herself in. I thought she turned herself in, but she was trying to flee.
Now, here's my question. How did Whitney know that? What police scanner was she hooked up to where she would know, oh, Jen got arrested on the side of the road? Salt Lake City is a small town. I am sure Whitney is connected to people who are, high up in the police department. She knew. She knew. And then also, let's talk about how Whitney was able to break down exactly what Jen Shah did because we were all confused. And she was like, oh, no, well, she does, legal lead generation, but apparently it was illegal lead generation. And she was like, oh, well, this is how she makes her money, or legally, this is how she makes her money. Like, Heather was like, I had her on the podcast. I didn't even know that.
She definitely broke it down. I was really shocked that Whitney was able to.
Whitney, Meredith, and Lisa, they all knew. I feel like they all knew for different reasons, but they all knew.
So I was watching your review today, and it was hilarious. Like, I have not laughed that hard in so long, especially the Meredith all along in the tune of Agatha.
It was Meredith. It was Meredith. It was Meredith. It was Meredith all along.
What I wanted to tell you was I was bored today. So I actually rewrote Agatha's song to the tune of Jen Shaw's. So I wanted you to help me out and like bring the ad libs or whatever. Cause I'm gonna say, I wanna see what you think. Cause I wrote lyrics to it. Cause I'm petty, and I was bored today. So you know how the theme goes, y'all. Like dun 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 dun. Ba, 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 ba. Who's been talking to the FBI?
It's been Meredith all along.
Who's pretending they don't know a thing?
It's been Meredith all along.
She's not envious. She's just vindictive. Jen didn't even notice, and the pity is pity.
Pity is pity, 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 pity. It's been Meredith all along. And I got your little sissy too.
Get ready for the ultimate winter night in, brought to you by Beam. Beam is a functional wellness brand that makes products for sleep, calm, focus, recovery, and hydration. For a limited time only, Beam's best-selling sleep product, Dream Powder Hot Cocoa, now comes in delicious white chocolate peppermint. Get ready, swirls of peppermint mixed with creamy white chocolate for the guilt-free hot cocoa of your holiday dreams. It's the perfect winter wind down for those cold, snowy nights. It's triple lab tested and contains the ultimate sleep promoting ingredients and no added sugar or artificial sweeteners. Curl up with the guilt-free cup of white chocolate peppermint dream right before bedtime and get your best sleep ever. So I remember you telling me, Alex, that you kind of have some experience with sleep loss and not sleeping well.
Oh my goodness. I have issues with insomnia, and it's amazing. I have a nice cup of hot cocoa. I watch a Murder, She Wrote rerun, and when I say it puts me out, it puts me out.
And it's just right on time for the holidays. The white chocolate peppermint dream powder only lasts for a limited time, so get it while it's hot. Great news, for a limited time, if you subscribe to any Beam product, you can also take advantage of their best sale of the year for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. You'll get 40% off the first 3 months of any subscription, plus a free mug and frother, or 20% off any one-time purchase. Again, this is Beam's biggest offer of the year, and it won't last long. Head to beamorganics.com/roast. That's BEAM organics.com/ROAST for 40% off the first 3 months of any Beam subscription, plus a free mug and frother or 20% off any one-time purchase. Subscriptions are month to month and can be paused or canceled at any time. Speaking of which, Hulu is coming out. They just put out the preview for Jen Shaw, the Shaw Shocker. We're going to be tuned in, of course.
I haven't even gotten to watch the 3 episodes that they dropped of Peacock Bravo Housewives.
Yeah, it's been really busy. Like, I just got back from Vegas and I was just trying to catch up on my videos. I'm going to binge it this week. They're turning out these episodes too. They're already on episode 4 of 8. There's a reason why they're dropping all these episodes. So the feedback is really good. Everyone who's fans of Housewives, they love it. So I can't wait to check it out, and I'm definitely going to review it. Can I just say, Vegas was great, but staying on the Strip 3 days is my max. I was worn out. The festival thing, I feel like I've outgrown it. because thousands of people, and then all these stages, we had to walk back and forth, and then I had to stand in one place. I think I've definitely outgrown it. Like, I want to go to a concert with seating. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I was just like, I was there, I was like, miserable.
Welcome to being over 35. The world is not as much fun. Like, I am turning 39 in December, and I am having a full-on midlife crisis.
Oh, yeah, you'll be fine. I mean, it's always that 1 year before like the next decade of your life that you just get kind of like, oh goodness, am I where I want to be? And that's for a whole nother episode.
Well, actually, no. Let's talk about it now. Let's talk about it. I'm on my Lisa Rinna. Let's talk about it. Let's own it. And I don't know if y'all want to hear this or you don't, but I'm going to be open and honest. I'm about to turn 39, and I am incredibly disappointed in myself. I was supposed to have more money. I was supposed to have a better life. I was supposed to be married. I was supposed to be buying a house. I was going to get myself a house for my 40th birthday present, but the fucking pandemic fucked that up, because we were going to start doing live shows right before that shit happened. I remember we were at the Friend Zone, and we were like, we went live like after Dustin Ross, like, shout out to the Friend Zone, shout out to Dustin Ross. We love you, and thank you so much for all of your support. He came on our show, and then we went to his show like the same week, and then the world fell apart. But we were going to be doing live shows like that. Like, we were literally planning that night. I'm about to turn 39, and I know I will not be able to afford a house until at least I'm 42.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 41, but I want to make sure I have a low mortgage. That was my little honest moment. Back to the comedy.
Well, I will say you shouldn't be disappointed in yourself. I mean, everyone's like path is different. And you said 39, you won't be able to buy a house in 2 to 3 years. It's fine. And you've done a lot. And I'm basically your protege, like I am growing.
No, you are my friend, but you are a talent in your own right.
But I've learned from you. That's what I'm saying. You have value.
I genuinely, truly, I appreciate that.
Yeah, so just take the compliment, learn to take a compliment. And you have value. You're a good person. You're a good friend. You're a good business partner. So yeah, just move forward. We're gonna have bumpy roads, and we have. So
I mean, just like literally just the logistics of like, oh, now you live on the West Coast. I'm moving back to the East Coast. Mm-hmm. I'm moving back to the East Coast. I don't know where I'm going just yet. I'm moving back to the East Coast. I miss the honesty.
Also, I think our viewers and listeners, love your honesty. Authenticity keeps people, keeps a fan base. People gravitate towards that. So being honest with people, you should.
But yeah, and so this is me being honest. Like, this is my midlife crisis. I am turning 39, and I am so grateful for everybody that's listening. Like the fact that I even get to kvetch about this. Like, I was talking to my dad the other day, and he's like, you have rich people problems. I am not rich, but he's like, you can pay your rent. You've got healthcare. Like, you've got the basics covered. And I can't even believe I have the basics covered, but right. There's still like a lot of things that I'm like, I should have done this. I should have done that. I should have this. I should have that. I guess I'm shoulding all over my life.
Well, I wouldn't call it like rich people problems, but I usually call it like first world problems, where it's like things where they're fixable. There's some people who are worse off than us, and I just try to think how thankful we are for what we do have. So that's what course corrects my mood sometimes. Like, I have my own place, a nice place. I can survive on my own. Like, I don't have to think how I'm going to get food tomorrow. So things could be worse.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, sorry, y'all. We just getting real with y'all for a little bit. But we'll get back to the topics. So a lot of people that live in LA are in a tizzy because the Staples Center was renamed to the Crypto.com Arena. And it goes into effect December 25th. I'm guessing the Staples Center was just like a staple in LA. And now a lot of people are going to have to call it the Crypto.com Arena.
Of all the things that people, like, as a California resident, of all the things we need to be upset about, like, our state is on fire. We don't have any water. We're terrified of the big earthquake that's going to, like, ruin all of our lives. Like, my ceiling will one day collapse on my head. Like that, like, it could happen right now, on live on the show. The ceiling could just fall on my head. That's what they want to be upset about? They really want to be mad about, oh, now it's not the same one. Who's been to a Staples in the past 2 years? It's like, well, why not call it the Payless, Center? Ain't nobody going to, like, call it Sears and fucking Roebuck.
Yeah, so like in New Orleans, it was called the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, and recently it's been changed to the Caesars Superdome because Caesars bought it out. And the shit happens. It goes to the highest bidder.
Exactly, like, you purchase the naming rights.
Which is $700 million, by the way.
And that's what will cost anybody to buy this show, $700 million. $350 goes to me, $350 goes to you.
Child, they tell me $50 million. It's adios.
Quiet as it's kept.
Look, I'll take a...
Here's the thing, we would high five on that one.
Hell, $10 million. Anyway.
As long as we both walk away with $3 million after taxes, we could both look at each other. Yeah, we did that.
Right.
We did that. Y'all will have some new hosts.
And speaking of new hosts, good segue. Wendy Williams ain't back yet. And this is who's taking her place next week. It is Fat Joe and Remy Ma. Yes. At this point, they just need to hire us because they're just like getting everyone. They went from Bill Bellamy to Remy Ma and Fat Joe.
Bill Bellamy? Talk about raising the dead.
He's in his 50s. I forgot he existed.
Shit, I'm about to turn 39. I'm going to be in my 50s in 10 years.
11 years, but okay.
Also, I'd much rather be in my 50s than be dead. So
that's true.
What are your options?
So speaking of daytime, Tammy Roman was on The Real the other day, and I looked at this clip, and it was very interesting on her outlook on relationships. So you know how, she married that young guy, and it was a whole plot about her, like, looking at surrogacy because he really wanted a child. So then she told Garcelle, and I think, what's the girl's name from Cheetah Girls? Adrienne?
Who cares? The girl from Cheetah Girls.
She said that, a baby for me right now would just not be the thing to do. So what she offered him was an opportunity for them to take a break for a year or two and let him go find someone to have a child with. And then when he has his baby, we could get back together. That is a grown commitment.
I'm sorry. No. I will say, now that I am about to be 39, I now understand why older men date younger women or younger men. Ladies, drop down and get your motherfucking cougar on. And the truth is, young men are the only men that you're actually going to be able to, make a relationship with because they're a little more pliable. Like, I date men that are older than me. Either they're poor, they're old and poor, and then they're old and committed to being poor. Fuck that. Date a younger man. You can teach them how to make money.
Well, again, my disclaimer for the audience is all things said by Alexander Rodgers is...
Girl, I'm telling you right now, stop fucking with these old cat daddies. They ain't got shit for you. And then half of them don't even want to get life insurance in your name.
I definitely do not want a younger person. Like, it's just too much. Like, I want someone on my level, had life experiences that I have, someone I can have a conversation with, someone who can name me a Shaka Khan song. But to each his own.
Exactly.
Going back to Tammy, it's just, It just sucks that the woman is the one that has to make all the sacrifices. It just seems that way sometimes. Why don't you just not be in a relationship? I don't know. I'm glad that she's grown enough to even
Who
like.
wants to be alone? I will say, I don't think we're talking about necessarily, sexual organs. We're really talking about who makes the most money. Tammy is a star in her own right. Like, a lot of people cannot out-earn her. So she decided to date a younger man who's pretty, and it is what it is. Men do it. Now, here's the thing. When men do it with women, nobody ever says anything. But if it's a woman, oh, it's such a problem. Tammy's a boss bitch, and so am I.
Well, yeah, that's not what I'm talking about, though. I understand that, she wanted a younger man. That's fine. But I just think like she can't provide him a child. So she's like, well,
he doesn't need a child. He is a child.
He's the one that wants one.
Here's the thing. Like, a lot of men think they want children. They don't want children. They want to get married. Really, they just want to marry their fucking mom. They want to get married to, and this is like men in general. Men love attention. Men love to be doted on. They want to marry their mom. He doesn't want to be a father. It's a great idea. It's great in theory. But when you actually put that shitting child in front of him, he's going to hand her to Tammy, change the diaper. I'm going out with the guys. I thought I wanted a kid. And now that I am 38 going on 30, I'm like, ooh, I don't really know if I would have it in me to do that kind of work, because you never get a break. Tammy was right. No, you go on and have a child with her over there. And let her be the one waking up at 2 a.m. with it. Let her be the one who's constantly irritated. Let her go to the PTA meetings. I've already raised my 2 kids. I'm done with that bullshit. And you know what, Tammy? Shout out. And you've always said you didn't want kids. You know you don't want kids.
Well, again, if the guy wants kids and he can't, I will compromise with that. But kids isn't a deal breaker with me. But it's just I would prefer not to have kids. But what you just said about Tammy saying oh, well, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. I can see that part.
And she's done it already. She has 2 grown daughters. She had that beautiful experience. And I love how Tammy, I love how Tammy is a mother. I love how she shows herself as a mother on TV. I love that about her. She never brought them kids in until they were grown. Unlike Giselle, they were never her plot line. But then when they were oh yeah, I want to, be on TV, then she supported them. And her other daughter finally came out, thank God. Because I was like, girl, Jazz, you are a lesbian.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was talking about it on a podcast. And I was so proud to see a Black woman accept her gay child.
Yeah. But at the end of the interview, she said that he refused, he didn't want to do that. So she still gave him the offer, but he refused to do that.
Basically, she said, okay, but you go find one of them chicken heads and get pregnant and then see how your life turns out. Because you might think you can come back, but you ain't coming back. Tammy was going to be I'm going to let you walk out the yard, but bitch, I'm going to close the gate behind you. I'm going to let you think the gate is open. Child, she would have locked that gate so damn fast. And I respect her for it.
As far as being alone, I mean, it's whatever to me. I can't be in a relationship just because I don't want to be alone. That's just my thinking towards that.
And I would say I don't want to be in a relationship just not to be alone. But for me, I feel like my life would be very empty if I didn't have a relationship.
Well, I have other relationships. That's why I don't feel alone. Even though I'm by myself, I don't feel alone because I have other relationships. So recently, I noticed that I've put on more pounds than I like, and I've decided I'm making a goal for myself. I remember being trapped between 2 decisions whether I should cut out certain foods or try not to eat as much. And then I thought, wait, portion control. There's a lot of pressure when it comes to losing weight, and that just leads to unnecessary situations. Noom definitely helps you see food as not only what you eat, but how, where it encourages you instead of placing guilt. Noom helps you with balancing. Everyone's routine isn't the same. Your vegan friend that easily can refuse fried chicken isn't like you. Your gym head friend who works out every day isn't like you. Do what works for you. Noom uses a psychology-based approach that will make your routine more sustainable. I'm working on trying to introduce healthier food items into my diet, work on portion control, and going to the gym at least 3 times a week. Things that are all manageable for my schedule, and Noom assists me with staying on track. My favorite part of the app is that it's user-friendly first and foremost, and it eases you into the program and gives you the tools to track and look at your habits. What's important is there's no concrete rules to lose weight. You just need the know-how to help you build productive habits. 80% of users finish the program and at least 60 have stuck with their goals for the year. With Noom, there's no fear because it will get you back on your journey. Start building better habits for healthier long-term results. Sign up for your trial at noom.com/roast. That's NOOM.com/roast. Again, sign up for your trial at noom.com/roast. That's NOOM.com/roast. Speaking of relationships, did you keep up with the whole Danny Lay or whatever? I don't have no idea what's going on with that. And the baby, the dummy.
I saw something was going on Twitter, but yeah, I am a Klingon without a clue when it comes to them.
Okay, because I don't know who Danny Lay is. I think she was like a part of the controversy because she was being a colorist or something with her, like, he wants a light-skinned girl. And then the baby got her pregnant. People tried to warn her. And then I think he embarrassed her on live. Again, it's the baby. Like, I expect misogyny. I expect homophobia.
I mean, imagine having a baby by the baby. No. Now, I know you're going to say, oh, this is Alex's opinion. Women really need to start killing these men and getting their life insurance. I'm sorry, like, if you have a deadbeat baby daddy, make sure you get some life insurance on him, vest it for a year, and then just set up an accident. An accident can be an unhappy woman's best friend.
Another off the rails episode.
No, I'm sorry, that's not off the rails, that's on topic, because I'm sorry, if I got pregnant by the baby, he would be dead.
Mm-hmm.
I would keep the baby, but like, you ain't never gonna know your father because, he died. And then you always have wonderful memories. And I'll be able to tell you how great of a person he was because he left us $1.5 million in life insurance that was tax-free. Oh, also, y'all may not know this, life insurance is tax-free. Put his ass in the boneyard and get your check.
Yep, I think you remind our viewers every episode that they can kill their spouse. This is number 3 in a row.
And I will keep doing it until the show goes off the air.
Okay.
Somebody needs to hear it. Put his ass in the backyard and get your money. Now, if you want him to go missing, you're going to have to wait at least 3 years. So you may want to set it up as an accident if you need your money right away.
Well, while we're on relationships, someone that you talk about frequently is getting married. So Shawnee O'Neal from Basketball Wives is going from basketball wife to preacher's wife. She said yes when she was proposed to from her boyfriend, Pastor Keon Henderson, on November 11th after nearly 2 years of dating.
Now, I'm sorry. I would much rather marry me, where at least I know, like, if I married me, I'm like, okay, I've got another good 2 years left, and he's going to find a way to get rid of me. Shitty O'Nostril? Child, I wouldn't marry that. I'm at least honest and upfront. Like, I'm going to let you know I'm going to kill you. Shawnee, she won't let you know. She's just going to let you think that you love her. And then, you're going to get the low, soft one.
So there's an update on Travis Scott. Right now, there's one lawsuit now that's $750 million.
And they deserve every penny.
They really do. And it's from over 125 of the festival attendees. And Travis Scott and Drake, amongst others, are named in it. Probably going to ask Kyla to help him, or I can see the Kardashians distancing themselves from him.
Here's the thing. Travis Scott is about to realize exactly how black he is. In the words of Paul Mooney, this is his nigga wake-up call. Because, child, Kylie going to get so far away from him, he going to be like, wait, what? I thought she going to take that baby and run.
Some people are saying that this is the Kardashian curse yet again. But moving on to Faith and Stevie J, I didn't know that they were getting a divorce, but apparently this video leaked and It showed him like badgering her as she was in the room, and apparently Faith cheated on him. And all I gotta say is karma. Karma.
Ooh. I know Jocelyn is somewhere getting her good hearty laugh on. She's like, see, I told you. I told you. You didn't want to believe me, but I told you.
Right. According to reports, Stevie J filed for divorce. A video shows the two in a heated argument. In the clip, Faith tells Stevie that she hates him as she begs him to leave her alone. And Stevie says, fuck you too. I ain't going nowhere. And Faith says, I hate you too. Leave me alone.
Also, I will say, I'm happy that Faith is moving on from Stevie J. But Faith must really have something, because she never is alone. Like she was Biggie's wife. Then she got with who was she with after Biggie?
I don't know. I mean, I really like Faith, so I really think she's above this type of this gutter drama that Stevie J is used to. And of course, like when you play with clowns,
you end up in the circus.
Right, exactly. He was calling her all types of bitches. I see Faith as like an R&B queen, you know, who deserves to be treated as one. I'm sure if she cheated on Stevie J, she has a damn good reason.
Like Stevie J, all he has to offer is a very large penis. He doesn't have residuals. He doesn't have financial security. He doesn't have familial security. Like, he does have a large penis. I will give him that, but that's all he got. And Faith was like, I'm tired of this.
Yep, he repeatedly called her a bitch and said, why you cheating on me? Faith laid down in bed as Stevie continued to argue with her. He hovered over her and asked how could she do something like that to him when all he did was love her.
Well, Stevie J, you don't have shit to offer but dick and bubble gum. A woman like Faith Evans needs more than that.
Well, I know Mimi is somewhere laughing very hard.
Child, Mimi is somewhere face deep in coochie. Mimi is right now in the WNBA locker room enjoying the fuck out of herself. It's the truth.
I'm on Team Faith, whatever she did. Like, I don't care. Adele's album comes out, and I'm very excited about that. Probably at midnight it comes out. I saw the little special with Oprah. I'm going to try to listen to her album. Are you excited for Adele's album at all?
No.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You don't really care for Adele like that.
No, I'm going to listen to it, but I can't say I'm excited about it. Like, Ariana, I'm excited. I am a Grande stan. I love Ari. She is my girl. She hits the notes.
To each his own. I'm a casual fan of her music.
I am an Ariana stan. Like, the second Rain on Me comes on, I do the choreography. I know all of it.
Well, that's Lady Gaga's song featuring.
No, it's Ariana's song featuring Lady Gaga, because I'm sorry. Like, look, both of these women can sing. Ari outsang her. It is like enough is enough with Barbra Streisand and Donna Summer. Like, people say, oh, it's Barbara's song, but Donna Summer got on the track and outsang her. She outsang Barbra Streisand from the beginning of the 6-minute track until the end of the 6-minute track. Donna Summer outsang her, outperformed her. You can disagree if you want to, but I'm sorry, listen to Enough is Enough.
Is that the song, Enough is Enough, is Enough?
Is enough, is enough, is enough. Yes.
Okay.
I always dreamed I'd find the perfect lover, but he turned out to be like every other man.
Alexander Diane Rodgers, ladies and gentlemen.
But after all, I'm not a good singer.
I remember that. That was a little tiny wisp of shade. That's all it was. You can.
And Pepperidge Farm remembers.
And you will remind me, like Janet, like you will.
Like Rob Dixon.
Yes. And speaking of Rob, I really just want the Potomac reunion to be over. It was okay, but Candace is just so overbearing. And then her stands, they're really like making the show not fun to review for me, and I'm just hoping that it's over soon.
I agree. All I can say is I was at the second part of the reunion and I was like, I came home early to watch this.
Right.
Y'all aren't giving, like, you don't have enough for 2 parts, much less 4. Like, we've got to drag ourselves to the 3rd part, and then we're going to have to listen to Nicki Minaj for the whole hour on the 4th. It's like, okay, we get it. Giselle doesn't have a man. Neither do I. Then again, I never pretended to have a man.
That is true.
I've never, and that is why I am better than Giselle. Because I never got on here and said, oh, I've got a man, I've got a, no, I've always said, I'm single and I'm alone.
And you saw how they just dismissed Ascala 6 minutes into the reunion?
I was really disappointed in that because I was like, child, she was weighing in throughout the whole season. She's giving more than Rob Dixon, like Rob sitting there in her fucking, Joanne Fabrics little gather. That heifer went to Joanne Fabrics and didn't even make a dress.
It's just,
like, hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna show you what Rob had on. She gets a blanket and then she just drapes herself. This is a Rob Dixon reunion look. Then, then sometimes she'll try to, like staple something. Like she might do it like a couple of staple guns and try to give you a little cleavage, even though she doesn't have any. It's like, girl, you're built like a boy. Like Rob Dixon has more pectoral muscles than I do.
Comparing Ascala to how Kathy Hilton was a friend of the show, they kept Kathy on all 4 parts. Ascala is just like, okay, girl, we don't need you no more. And that makes me think she's not going to get full-time next season. She'll probably be offered like a Marlo contract again. Like, you were cute. People love that you're a black Dorit. We'll take you. But they won't take her full-time, unfortunately.
Her a black Dorit?
That's how they probably see her.
I'm sorry. She's more interesting than Dorit.
I agree. But I'm just saying that's probably how the network sees her. It's just,
we see Ascala coming back and replacing Rob next year.
I wouldn't mind that. It's just,
I would be happy because at least Ascala gives a look.
My problem with the reunion is just Wendy's trying too hard. Like, girl, we already in your corner. She's trying to make another Monique moment. And the irony is she was like making fun of Monique last season for like bringing a binder. So now you bring in all types of props. You bring in like a raggedy ass folder. You brought like a little whatever that is, like a chart.
Oh, wait, well, I will say I don't mind when people go to the reunion with receipts because that is going to keep her on the show. The little $50 that Wendy spent on that blow up of her text messages is going to keep her on the show. Now, Rob, you spent $500,000 of your husband's money on nothing.
Well, anywho, the clips from the 3rd part of the reunion, Andy was just kind of like, that doesn't really prove anything, Wendy, but thank you. Thank you for playing. And it was just so awkward. So I don't know. I'm not looking forward to reviewing the next 2 parts. Maybe Nikki will make it interesting, but Candace's fans in my comments, I'm sick of them. I really am. I'm sick of them and I'm sick of her. Them and their colorism shields. I'm tired of it. But anyway.
Oh, wait, like when Candace brought up the colorism argument and literally you saw like the whole other side of the table, just Karen groaned, Wendy groaned, and who's the other one? Oh, Alaska groaned. They were all like, oh God, really?
But it was like with the dry hair comment.
Like, I would say OG had a legitimate argument when it came to colorism. Like we can have that conversation. I'm sorry, girl. No, you're just mean. And you're also the common denominator. So don't try to say, oh, well, you have 4C hair. You both married old honkies. Ashley just did it better.
And I just couldn't imagine if Ashley would have the audacity to call Candace like a bed wench, a slave, or a roach, or call another dark-skinned woman a ghetto hood rat bitch. Like, you can't be an advocate for speaking out the colorism when you talk to Black women that way, other Black women that look like you that way.
And you brought up such a great point. Ashley may be messy, She may start shit. That's why we watch the show. Like, we watch y'all to start shit. Ashley never called her any of those things or alluded to any of those things. And that's why I feel like, no, I'm not going to say it's colorism. Like, can Ashley be a shitty person? Absolutely. You're on a reality show. Like, you're on a show to be mean to other women. But Ashley never took it there, ever. Now, Candace, you always want to take it there. You're married to an old honky with no money. Like, you didn't even know how to do it right.
I think the thing people keep bringing up is why is Candace being held accountable for your mama comment when Giselle and Karen were going back and forth about hot boxes and being a drug addict and stuff like that. Like, they all speak venom, and why are we like just holding Candace accountable? My thing is, you know what's going on behind Mia's mom. Like, you want to talk about, like, she can say whatever she wants. I'm fine with Candace saying whatever she wants. But when you get in Mia's face and you say your mama, knowing her history, knowing she has trauma and triggers and being abandoned by her mom, and you say your mom is low budget in your face and throwing salad, if she clock you, it is what it is. You know, you can't go and cry to the police. Just how you don't want people to police what you say, you can't police people's reactions. So I don't know. Like, it is a merry-go-round, and I'm tired. I'm tired of talking about it. I just want this reunion to end. They're making it not fun for me to review because I can't critique Candace without being accused of being a colorist, which is crazy to me.
Well, I would say we went through this. I went through this when people said, "Oh, you're picking on Kenya. You don't like dark-skinned women." No. And I was just like, no, I talk about Kenya because Kenya's always doing something. If Kenya was light-skinned, I would talk, like, it doesn't matter what her complexion is. She could be white, she could be black, she could be Asian, she could be Latino. If you get on television and act that kind of an ass on a reality show that I'm reviewing, I'm going to talk about it. And that's okay. And I never, and also, like, go through the catalog. Find something where I said anything disparaging about her complexion. I think she's a beautiful woman. But if you get on TV and act an ass, I'm going to talk about your actions. I talked about Sheree Whitfield.
And Nene.
Talked about Nene.
Phaedra.
Like, oh, well, you never. There you go. I will talk about a Phaedra like a dog.
I just don't understand, like, with Candace, do they not see how hard we go on Giselle and Robin?
Thank you! Gabrice and Gabrisi, like, we go in with surgical precision. Her unfinished barn.
I think we hit our time because, like, I just want to be done now, just talking about
You're like, I'm over it. It was a cute season. Well, also, it's like we're now focusing on Jen Shah's arrest and Erica Girardi's legal troubles. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna need you to bring a little bit more.
And I'm focusing on Housewives Girls Trip too. So,
oh yeah, I cannot wait to watch that.
So yeah, y'all, I'm gonna see y'all sooner than Candace's next colorism accusation.
And I'll see you sooner than Jen Shah's freedom.
And there you have it. Oh, and just to let you guys know, we're taking a Thanksgiving break, so there won't be a Pop Roast next week, but we will see y'all the week after that.